Explore the evolution of English literature. The evolution of English literature is explored in this video. From its humble beginnings to its modern-day prominence, witness how English literature has developed and shaped our world. English literature has a long and fascinating history, evolving from oral traditions to digital storytelling. Each era has contributed unique styles, themes, and innovations that continue to shape literature today. This essay explores the key stages in the development of English literature, highlighting its transformation through time. The Anglo-Saxons, a foundation of oral storytelling. The roots of English literature can be traced back to the Anglo-Saxon period. During this time, storytelling was primarily oral, with Scots reciting epic tales that reflected the values and struggles of their society. The most famous example from this period is Beowulf, an epic poem that tells the story of a heroic warrior who battles monsters and dragons. The poem not only entertains, but also preserves historical and cultural traditions. This period laid the foundation for the English language and established themes of heroism, fate, and morality that continue to influence literature today. The Norman Conquest, a linguistic shift, and the birth of Chaucer. The Norman Conquest of 1066 brought significant changes to English literature. With the introduction of Norman French, the English language evolved, incorporating new words and influences. This era saw the rise of courtly romance, a genre that emphasized chivalry, love, and adventure. One of the most influential writers of this period was Geoffrey Chaucer, whose Canterbury Tales became a cornerstone of English literature. Written in Middle English, Chaucer's work provided a vivid portrayal of medieval society, using humor, irony, and diverse characters to reflect human nature. His storytelling techniques paved the way for future literary developments. The Renaissance, the blossoming of creativity. The Renaissance marked a period of intellectual and artistic growth, inspired by classical learning and humanism. Literature flourished, with William Shakespeare emerging as one of the greatest playwrights of all time. His works, including Hamlet, Romeo and Juliet, and Macbeth, explored themes of love, power, betrayal, and the human condition. The Renaissance also encouraged the development of poetry, drama, and prose, with authors such as Christopher Marlowe and Edmund Spenser making significant contributions. This era laid the groundwork for modern storytelling, emphasizing individual experience and societal reflection. The power of the printed word, from Gutenberg to the digital age. The printing press, democratization of knowledge. The invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg in the 15th century revolutionized literature. Books became more accessible, leading to increased literacy and the spread of ideas. This innovation allowed for the publication of early novels, such as Don Quixote by Miguel de Cervantes, which influenced English writers in developing narrative fiction. The printing press enabled the preservation and distribution of literary works, shaping the future of storytelling. The Enlightenment and Romanticism, reason and emotion. The Enlightenment emphasized reason, logic, and scientific thought. Writers like Jonathan Swift and Alexander Pope used satire to critique society and politics. However, as a reaction to this rationalism, the Romantic movement celebrated nature, emotion, and individual expression. Authors such as Jane Austen and Mary Shelley brought new perspectives to literature. Austen's novels, including Pride and Prejudice, focused on social structures and relationships, while Shelley's Frankenstein explored scientific ambition and human morality. This era highlighted the tension between logic and emotion, a theme that remains relevant in literature today. The Victorian era and beyond, social commentary and industrialism. The 19th century saw the rise of the novel as a dominant literary form. The Victorian era was characterized by social commentary, addressing issues such as poverty, class struggles, and industrialization. Writers like Charles Dickens, with works such as Oliver Twist and Great Expectations, depicted the hardships of the working class. The Bronte sisters, Charlotte Emily, and Anne, explored themes of love, independence, and societal constraints in novels like Jane Eyre and Wuthering Heights. Literature became a tool for both entertainment and social awareness, shaping public opinion and inspiring change. Voices of change, diversity, and innovation in literature. Modernism, a break from tradition. The 20th century introduced modernism, a literary movement that rejected traditional forms and experimented with new techniques. Writers like James Joyce and Virginia Woolf used stream of consciousness writing to explore psychological depth and fragmented narratives. Joyce's Ulysses and Woolf's Mrs. Dalloway challenged conventional storytelling, reflecting the complexities of human thought and experience. Modernist literature pushed boundaries and encouraged readers to engage with texts in innovative ways. Postmodernism, questioning reality. Postmodern literature questioned established narratives and embraced playful, experimental styles. Authors like Gabriel Garcia Marquez, with 100 Years of Solitude, and Toni Morrison, with Beloved, blended history, mythology, and magical realism to create layered, thought-provoking stories. Postmodernism deconstructed traditional literary structures, offering multiple perspectives and questioning absolute truths. Contemporary literature, global voices, and social issues. Today, literature continues to evolve, reflecting diverse voices and addressing complex social issues. Writers from various backgrounds bring fresh perspectives, exploring themes of identity, migration, technology, and climate change. The rise of digital platforms has allowed new authors to reach global audiences, ensuring that literature remains a powerful means of expression and connection. The literary legacy, impact, and influence of English literature. The enduring power of stories. Literature has always played a vital role in understanding human nature, emotions, and relationships. Stories allow readers to experience different perspectives, fostering empathy and cultural awareness. Classic and contemporary works continue to shape personal and collective identities. The evolution of language. English literature has significantly influenced the English language, introducing new words, phrases, and expressions. From Shakespeare's inventive vocabulary to the slang of contemporary novels, literature has shaped linguistic development and communication styles. The lasting impact of literature. Beyond books, literature has influenced art, music, film, and other creative industries. Literary themes and characters continue to inspire adaptations, reinforcing the relevance of storytelling in modern society. From page to screen, exploring English literature in the digital age. Adaptations and reinterpretations. Many classic literary works have been adapted into films, television series, and stage productions. Shakespeare's plays have been reimagined in various settings, and Jane Austen's novels continue to inspire modern retellings. These adaptations introduce literary masterpieces to new generations, keeping their themes and messages alive. The rise of online platforms. Digital platforms have transformed the literary landscape, enabling writers to publish independently and reach wider audiences. Blogs, social media, and online bookstores have democratized publishing, allowing diverse voices to emerge and thrive. The future of literature. As technology advances, literature is embracing new forms, including artificial intelligence-generated stories, virtual reality experiences, and interactive narratives. The merging of physical and digital storytelling promises an exciting future for literature, ensuring its continued evolution. Conclusion. English literature has evolved from oral traditions to digital storytelling, reflecting the changes in society, culture, and technology. Each era has contributed new ideas, styles, and perspectives, shaping the literary world we know today. As literature continues to grow and adapt, it remains a vital force in understanding human experience and inspiring generations to come. Main keywords and phrase. Here are the main keywords and phrases from your essay, along with their meanings. Keywords and meanings. Anglo-Saxon, a period in early English history known for oral storytelling and epic poetry like Beowulf. Epic poem, a long narrative poem about heroic deeds, often rooted in mythology and history. Norman conquest, the 1066 invasion of England by the Normans, which significantly influenced the English language and literature. Middle English, the form of English spoken and written from roughly 1100 to 1500 AD, used by Geoffrey Chaucer in Canterbury Tales. Renaissance, a cultural movement that revived classical learning and emphasized humanism, influencing literature and the arts. Humanism, a philosophy that values human potential and achievements, prominent during the Renaissance. William Shakespeare, one of the greatest playwrights and poets, known for works like Hamlet and Romeo and Juliet. Printing press, invented by Johannes Gutenberg, it revolutionized literature by making books more accessible and promoting literacy. Novel, a long fictional prose narrative, such as Don Quixote, which influenced modern storytelling. Enlightenment, an intellectual movement that emphasized reason, science, and rational thought. Romanticism, a literary movement that emphasized nature, emotion, and individualism. Victorian era, the period of Queen Victoria's reign, known for literature that addressed social issues and industrialization. Modernism, a 20th century literary movement rejecting traditional forms and experimenting with new writing styles, like stream of consciousness. Stream of consciousness, a narrative technique that presents a character's thoughts as a continuous flow, used by Virginia Woolf and James Joyce. Postmodernism, a literary movement that challenges traditional narratives, embracing experimental storytelling and themes of uncertainty. Magical realism, a genre that blends magical elements with realistic settings, popularized by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Contemporary literature, modern literary works that explore diverse voices, global issues, and technology's impact. Social commentary, literature that critiques social and political issues, common in works by Charles Dickens and the Bronte sisters. Adaptations, the reinterpretation of literature into films, plays, and modern retellings, keeping classic works relevant. Digital age, the current era, characterized by the rise of technology, ebooks, and online publishing, transforming literature.